It is day 31. No, it's day 30. And it is time for 10d8 goblet squats. It's spring here in Sweden. So I'm capitalizing on the sun, but it's still quite chilly. But it does do something. Just being outside, getting some sun, some grounding. I think I probably chose the wrong angle, but facing away from the sun and all that. It's starting to get intense. Legs are quite fine, but I can feel my heart rate, breathing elevating quite quickly. So what I'm working with currently in terms of cueing and biomechanics is moving away from a wide stance knees out squat to a more neutral knees forward. And the purpose is really more knee extension focused squat versus wide, more hip driven squat. Round 4. So in the grand scheme of things, 24 kg is basically nothing. But I'm going to do 80 squats in 10 minutes, which is something else. It's going to be more metabolic than strength. And this is the beautiful part of this gradual and progressive increase. Adding repetitions all the time. We get very different stimulus. And this constantly variable stimulus is what makes this a sort of evergreen program. It's not the only important variable to shift, but if we sort of view this as sort of combing through a spectrum of physical demand, you also get very different adaptations. Breathing is now becoming very important. For controlling primarily midline tension, bracing intra-abdominal pressure as I inhale and brace around the breath as I go to the bottom of the movement. Whew, I'm actually getting warm, which is really nice. So the beautiful thing with this method of progression is I started doing single reps. If I return to single reps now, I will be so massively over proficient, over competent, that I will be able to do something else in that space, and I can keep progressing, developing. And obviously moving from 1 to 10, which is the current ambition, sometimes this is going to be insane. But with these sort of baseline and basic movements, push-ups, rows, squats, kettlebell swings, this is very manageable. But if we were doing, say, handstand push-ups or something very advanced, that's where we're reaching sort of the physical potential of the human being. So, where another type of programming or progression might be necessary, for the moment, this is pretty good. And looking at the numbers is not the primary improvement. It's just one way to measure and to guide the practice. So we can talk about slow twitch, fast twitch, muscle, strength endurance, power endurance, these types of things. But for me, primarily, this is taking something at our sort of maximum effort limit and making it into something that we can do for endurance. under metabolic stress, high heart rate, elevated respiratory rate. And I'm getting a cardio workout right now. So I'll add some bonus nervous system work, breath work, just sitting down, comfortable position, preferably upright, supported back, just allowing the breath, not trying to force it to slow down, developing trust in the body. It knows what to do. Notice any value, judgments, sensations, emotions regarding this way of breathing. Slightly elevated, maybe short and shallow. Associations with stress or fear. And all of this is interconnected. The body and the mind, psychophysiology, somatopsychology. So we get a chance to reframe, reassociate our breath, the bodily sensations with safety, the natural response. We're not having a panic attack. We're simply under pressure. We can choose our experience by modulating the training variables, the rest between sets. We don't have to go on the minutes, but even easier is to lower the amount of repetitions or the intensity of the exercise. To simply touch on the limit, our edge, comfort zone. Simply by consistently spending time there. We'll become more comfortable, more relaxed, more neutral. Understand that this is simply a physiological response. Yes, one that signals stress, but that stress in moderate amounts is beneficial, that we can adapt to stress and become more competent, increase our capacity for handling stress, both physically and psychologically. As the breath slows, start to let go, relax, soften. Not controlling the breath, following the breath. Maybe you can feel the subtle physical sensations of relaxation spreading through the body as you release the exhale. blood pressure dropping, softness in the skin, reduced pressure over the chest. Maybe shifting your attention to your heart, maybe holding a hand over your heart, simply to help you focus and direct your awareness there. And whenever you feel stable, solid, grounded, peaceful, you can end this practice. This is simply repetition and going to the edge and returning, and solidifying the knowledge, the confidence that that is possible, reproducible, and that it is safe. So this is what I would consider nervous system capacity training. It doesn't have to be more advanced than that. But do pay attention to judgments, emotions related to these sensations, patterns that might come up, beliefs about who you and the world are, what this means. See if you can let go of them. All right. Follow my template in the comments. Join the Vital Man School. Somewhere adjacent this video, there will be a link. Peace.